Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Canada's main stock index, the TSX composite, was down more than 100 points in late morning trading, while the price of oil topped $115. This market reaction came amid U.S. President Donald Trump's latest threat against Iran. Trump stated in a social media post that a whole civilization will die tonight if Tehran does not meet his deadline to agree to a deal that includes reopening the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. stock markets also experienced declines, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 383.53 points at 46,286.35. The S&P 500 index down 61.32 points at 6,550.51. And the Nasdaq Composite down 294.63 points at 21,701.71. The Canadian dollar traded at 71.87 cents US, a slight increase from Monday's 71.86 cents US. The May crude oil contract saw a rise of $5.06 to 117,072 hdmary, while the June gold contract fell $29.316 to 100,755.40 cents an ounce. This report is from the Canadian Press. NBC News reports the FBI has classified a suspected cyber intrusion by China into a U.S. government surveillance system as a major incident. This hack reportedly compromised sensitive domestic law enforcement information and poses significant risks to U.S. national security. The FBI recently briefed lawmakers on the matter. Former officials highlight this as a substantial U.S. counterintelligence failure, given China-linked actors' prior penetration of critical infrastructure and telecommunications, including the 2024 Salt Typhoon campaign that accessed millions of American phone records and FBI wiretap data. Senator Mark Warner emphasized the persistent threat from sophisticated cyber adversaries and criticized government cybersecurity staff cutbacks for weakening digital defenses. China has denied responsibility for Salt Typhoon. The ongoing Iran war has drastically reduced shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway for global oil and gas supplies. Sky News reports, daily traffic is reportedly down by about 95% since U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran in late February, with Iranian retaliatory attacks forcing vessels to halt, causing storage facilities to fill and some production to cease. While certain ships linked to Pakistan, China, and India are still permitted passage, the disruption is causing severe fuel shortages and elevated prices worldwide. Europe faces jet fuel shortages, with temporary restrictions at Italian airports and Scandinavian airline SAS canceling flights due to surging costs. In France, nearly 1 in 5 petrol stations lacked some fuel. The UK has seen temporary outages at some pumps due to high demand, prompting calls for government planning. Less wealthy nations are struggling significantly. Peru and Cuba face severe supply shocks, while South Korea sees panic buying of bin bags made from oil-derived polyethylene. India's ceramics industry is affected by gas shortages. Vietnam's airlines cut operations, and the Philippines declared an energy emergency. Australia urged against panic buying amidst widespread service station fuel outages, and Mauritius implemented energy-saving measures after a shipment failed to arrive. According to documents obtained by the Canadian Press through an access to information request, nearly a third of police investigations involving members of foreign diplomatic missions in Canada between 2020 and 2025 concluded with the subjects leaving the country before their cases could be fully resolved through the legal process. Out of 67 incidents requiring police involvement, 22 saw the individuals facing criminal allegations depart Canada. These cases included 9 allegations of impaired driving and 4 of sexual assault. Global Affairs Canada is tasked with raising these issues with the respective missions when subjects leave before an investigation is complete, while Canadian courts have the authority to issue warrants if charges have already been laid. Fredericton. The Canadian press reports that a maritime business advocacy group, the Atlantic Chamber of Commerce, states that the New Brunswick government's upcoming toll on out-of-province vehicles near its boundary with Nova Scotia contradicts ongoing efforts to promote internal free trade within Canada. The toll, planned for implementation by 2028 and included in the 2026 budget, is intended by Premier Susan Holt's government to increase provincial revenue. However, the Chamber warns that such a highway levy will discourage investment and diminish economic resilience across the region. They argue that this new toll, alongside Nova Scotia's existing Cobequid Pass toll, creates significant barriers to the free movement of goods and people, directly opposing the renewed focus by provincial and territorial governments to eliminate internal trade impediments and boost Canada's GDP. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.